watching ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
A man has been arrested in connection with a stabbing in Bangor earlier this week. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Bangor school officials say they're seeing a significant increase in the number of students needing assistance because of homelessness. And the Department of Justice says Maine is in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, we were on fog watch earlier this morning. Some fog did develop in a few spots, so things looking pretty decent. It's mainly across the central and western parts of the state that noticed some of that fog this morning. Everyone else was looking pretty good. But now moving forward, we have some thin clouds over us that's obscuring the sun along with some of that fog. That's all going to be going away, though, giving way to sunshine. And then this system right here is going to be moving in from the south to the north. That'll give us clouds during the late afternoon period with chances for rain showers that will also begin to develop overnight tonight. Futurecast showing that very nicely, though, with, again, clouds that'll begin to move in with chances for a few rain showers. It's not the strongest of chances. If anything does develop, it'll be across the eastern parts of our viewing area. The winds could get up to around 50 miles per hour, maybe a little bit higher from time to time, though, but calming down later on tonight with winds looking pretty decent as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, mostly cloudy, maybe an isolated thunderstorm possible. It's a very small chance most of us should stay dry today with highs in the lower 70s. That south wind getting up to about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible. Also some fog, lows in the lower 50s, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. Again, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A Baileyville man is dead following a single vehicle crash in Princeton. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, around 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, a 911 call came in from a passing motorist reporting a single vehicle crash on West Street in Princeton. Deputies and first responders arrived at the scene and found that 43-year-old John Gagner of Baileyville had died at the scene. Police say he was alone in the 2017 Chevy Silverado that was traveling north toward Route 1 when the vehicle went off the road and hit a tree. That crash remains under investigation. A missing Lincoln man suffering from dementia has been found thanks to the use of drones by police. Monday, the Lincoln Police Department received reports of a missing elderly man who was thought to have wandered into the woods. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office search and rescue, forest rangers, and canine units from both the Maine Warden Service and state police responded to assist with the search. Drones were used and found the man lying in a thick wooded area. The Sheriff's Office credits the success of the search to a team effort. Police note that thick woods and cold temperatures make quick response time vital to the missing person's safety. Bangor police say they've arrested a suspect in an alleged domestic violence stabbing. 31-year-old Stephen Hunt of Bangor has been charged with domestic violence elevated aggravated assault. Police reportedly responded to a call at 101 3rd Street Tuesday for an alleged assault involving a knife. Sergeant Wade Betters of the Bangor Police Department says officers found the victim bleeding heavily. They say Hunt initially fled the scene on foot.
Once we were able to identify him, we began the process of trying to track him down. Later on that afternoon, they were successful at doing so, and that's when we took him into custody.
If you know someone dealing with a domestic violence situation, Bangor police work with private organizations like Partners for Peace. The nonprofit offers access to resources to place domestic violence survivors in a safe environment. Partners for Peace can be contacted at 1-800-863-9909. A Skowhegan man's request that his upcoming federal trial be relocated to Portland rather than the Bangor District Court has been denied. According to court documents, 44-year-old Nathan Reardon requested his trial be moved to avoid prejudice resulting from Bangor area media coverage of his alleged misdeeds. Judge Lance Walker denied the request, noting that while the coverage is unflattering, he did not deem it, quote, pervasive or sensational to make it a fair trial impossible, end quote. The Department of Justice says Maine is in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The state unnecessarily segregates children with mental and developmental disabilities in psychiatric hospitals, residential treatment facilities, and a state-operated juvenile detention facility. That was the conclusion announced Wednesday by the Department of Justice. Disability Rights Maine is a protection and advocacy agency for people with disabilities in Maine. They filed a complaint with the Department of Justice on behalf of a group of children alleging they could not get needed community-based services, resulting in their institutionalization or risk of being put in an institution. Many children in Maine, especially those in rural areas or those with more intensive needs, are unable to live at home with their families due to a lack of community-based behavioral health services. The department's investigation found a number of barriers to accessing children's behavioral health services in the community, including lengthy wait lists and inadequate crisis services. The Bangor School Department has a total of 3,468 students. Of those, 70 students are experiencing homelessness. As Sierra Jordan reports, Bangor school officials say that is unacceptable.
If a student wears the same clothes every day to school or lives in hotels, shelters, cars, or transitional housing, those could be signs that the child may be experiencing homelessness. Bangor School Department officials say they saw a significant increase of students who are in need of assistance.
Currently, we're about close to 70 students this year that have qualified.
The increase of student homelessness is the worst the Bangor School Department has seen before the pandemic started. Thanks to the McKinney-Vento Homelessness Assistance Act, the Bangor School Department is able to provide necessities to students in need, including clothing, shoes, food, hygiene products, and more.
To have to come to school in shoes that are falling off, and then you get to go to a place where you can pick out your own pair of shoes. They're extremely grateful and extremely excited.
Bannon says the social workers try to gain a family's trust so they can provide them with the resources they need.
Usually what they'll do is have a social worker or the principal have a conversation with the family and just try to gauge what the living situation is, and then they'll contact me, and then we make a determination if they qualify as homeless. So it is done in the least intrusive and most supportive way possible.
He encourages parents to reach out to the Bangor School Department if they're struggling and wants you to know you're not alone.
When they bring a kid a backpack loaded with supplies, the general reaction is just gratefulness.
In studio, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a town in northern Maine is getting a new police station. We'll be right back.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
If you like to picnic like Adam likes to picnic, then Rennie's has everything you need. We've got condiments, we got marshmallows, paper products. Hey.
Oh, of course. Thank you for shopping Rennie.
He loves picnics.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
I never paid a penny out of pocket, and they settled my case for over $165,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
22.
Do you hate throwing away food that's gone bad? Does your pantry look like a bad disaster? What if you could keep your food as fresh as the day you bought it and vacuum seal any ingredient? Eric B's here with my new portable, powerful PowerXL Duo NutriSealer. This incredible breakthrough in technology can savor any flavor while it seals in the freshness. What's the secret? The Duo NutriSealer will remove all the air. Once all the air is removed, the air pressure detection system is automatically activated and seals your bag tight. And it's the only patented handheld sealer that creates double seals. The Duo has a floating hinge and a built-in slicer to make bags of any size. You can even seal through liquid. Don't let its small compact size fool you. With just one touch of a button, the Duo seals any bag, and it will stay bonded until you open it, guaranteed. The Duo NutriSealer locks in nutrients and freshness, so you can keep your food 5 times longer. Prep and freeze delicious meals, or buy wholesale and seal individual packs and save up to 60%. Our bags are BPA free, microwave safe, and will never leach. Now you can get my PowerXL Duo NutriSealer for only 3 payments of $33.33. Plus, it comes with an ironclad 1-year VIP guarantee protection plan and my recipe book filled with marinades for super delicious meals. We're still not done. Order now and you'll receive an entire year's worth of bags. That's a $50 value, yours free. And we'll also include free shipping. All this is a $300 value, yours today, for only 3 payments of $33.33. Remember, this is a special TV-only offer. So call or go to PowerXLDuo.com right now.
Call 1-800-553-7034 or go to PowerXLDuo.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The United States Supreme Court officially made its ruling in the case of Carson versus Macon. Yesterday, that hasn't changed some people's opinion on the school choice argument. Our Dylan Holloway got reaction from officials on both sides of the debate.
On Tuesday, the United States Supreme Court handed down its decision in Carson versus Macon. In doing so, the highest court in the land struck down a Maine law prohibiting private religious schools from receiving public funds. Some are calling this a victory for freedom, while others are saying this decision only serves to damage the barrier separating church and state.
The state of Maine, like many states around the country, has a program which allows parents to put their kids in a school of their choice. In Maine, that program is called a tuitioning program, and it applies to parents who live in parts of the state that there is no public school there.
Managing attorney for the Institute of Justice, Arif Panju, says by law, Maine did not allow parents to select religious schools as part of this program. The Institute for Justice represented families in Maine who chose to fight this law in order to get public funding for their children to attend private religious schools. However, not everyone is taking a victory lap in response to the U.S. Supreme Court's decision. Attorney General Aaron Fry expressed his disappointment with the ruling in a statement saying in part, quote, "The education provided by the schools at issue here is inimical to a public education. They promote a single religion to the exclusion of all others, refuse to admit gay and transgender children, and openly discriminate in hiring teachers and staff." He went on to say, while parents have the right to send their children to such schools, it is disturbing that the Supreme Court found that parents also have the right to force the public to pay for an education that is fundamentally at odds with values we hold dear. We asked for Panju's response to the Attorney General's statement.
I'd suggest that the AG reread the opinion. The court analyzed a provision that on its face discriminated against religion. It didn't dive into all the other things that the AG is talking about here. And it's a pretty straightforward application of the free exercise clause to a, on its face, discriminatory law.
Fry says he intends to explore statutory amendments to address the court's decision. He says he wants to ensure that public money is not used to promote, quote, discrimination, intolerance, and bigotry, end quote. Reporting in Bangor, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Caribou is giving its police department a new home. The decision was made after residents approved a $10 million project for a new police station. Besides a new facility, it would also include expanded storage space for evidence, weapons, vehicles, and new jail cells. The Caribou police chief says the upgrade is sorely needed.
Just the nature of our job now, with the amount of drugs that we have to process, with the evidence that we have to hold, it is just outgraded.
The police station project is expected to cost $10 million, but it's gotten recent support from Susan Collins, who's requesting $2.5 million in federal funding toward the project. Also in Caribou, the city has rejected a proposed ordinance that would have meant the city's utilities district was responsible for clearing fire hydrants in the winter. In the past years, Caribou Public Works had to clean around hydrants, but with a short-staffed department this past year, they focused more on cleaning the streets. This prompted a proposed ordinance dictating which department was responsible for clearing hydrants and more debate.
It's really a demand charge for the city to be able to access water for fire protection within the town. So it's really important for the city, and more specifically the fire department, to be able to have access to the fire hydrants for that purpose.
The issue will be the focus of the next City Council meeting, which happens June 27th at 6 p.m. at the Caribou Municipal Building. When Reed Agency in Millinocket posted a controversial sign regarding their closure on Juneteenth, it sparked major outrage and backlash. Now that backlash is spilling over onto another business in Damariscotta with a similar name that is totally unrelated to the one that posted the sign. As Mel Meyer reports, the owner of that business is trying to set the record straight so hateful messages will stop.
The furious phone calls started pouring in Tuesday morning.
That was one of the more mild ones.
At first, Nate Reed had no idea what was happening until a reporter contacted him for comment. That's when he saw the photo online. What did you make of its message?
I think it was awful. It was shocking and appalling. We want to treat everybody like family. We are here for everyone.
This is Reed Family Insurance Advisors in Damariscotta, but it was Harry E. Reed Insurance Agency in Millinocket, 3 hours away, that posted the controversial sign.
I would love to see better for this community, and I think a lot of people would like to see better for this community.
The outrage grew when the photo made it to social media. It led to nasty Google reviews, Facebook messages, and more.
We're just trying to let everybody know that it's not us.
The two main companies are not affiliated in any way. Even some of the callers have admitted they may have the wrong read.
And if this isn't your company, then I apologize because this message is not directed towards you.
Nate Reed's company has only been in business about a year and a half. He's worried this will impact his future.
People are robbing me of that ability because of, a very flippant thing of just looking at something, jumping to conclusions, and just blasting out hatred.
All he wants is for people to do their research before giving them a call so they don't misdirect their anger.
A lot of people depend on insulin to survive. New legislation has been introduced to lower the price. We've got the details after the break.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Were you injured on a construction site? Getting hurt on the job happens fast. The bills and medical expenses can add up even faster.
I wasn't going to take chances with my future. That's why I called the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
They had the resources and the experience to help me.
If you've been hurt on the job, call now for a confidential, free evaluation.
I don't know what I would have done without them.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Just a reminder that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to you this and every 4th of July by Phantom Fireworks. With state-of-the-art showrooms nationwide, we are America's #1 destination for brighter, louder, safer fireworks. Phantom Fireworks, lighting up faces and the backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
Last season, we gave away a house in Latitude Margaritaville.
This is just nuts.
This week,
brought back by popular demand,
we're hoping to do it again.
Would you pick up that home?
It's Home Sweet Home Week. And the excitement is contagious.
It makes me so happy. Does it make you happy? Does it make you happy? That's what this show's all about. I love it. I'm in a good mood.
We got to lock that cabinet.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Even though schools across the state held their final day of classes last week, educators won't be leaving the classrooms just yet. Nearly 125 teachers will be virtually joining University of Maine's first ever Educators Institute, continuing today. Teachers will learn new strategies and meet ways to meet the needs of students by participating in different workshops. The theme of this year's event is supporting emotional and behavioral well-being in schools' communities, from surviving to thriving.
I think we're seeing the results of the pandemic have also been seen in classrooms in terms of lack of student engagement, behavioral issues, absenteeism, just a whole host of things that teachers regularly face, but not at the scale and not to the scope that they are facing them now.
The event includes workshops and several keynote speakers led by UMaine professors and experts from across the state and beyond. Senator Susan Collins has introduced new legislation which aims to lower insulin costs. Matt Jaroncic has more on the Insulin Act.
U.S. Senators Susan Collins and Jeanne Shaheen hosted a press conference on their new Insulin Act. It's titled Improving Needed the Safeguards for Users of Life-Saving Insulin Now, which legislation looks to lower the cost of insulin.
This bill is an effort to try and ensure that all families in America have the ability to afford their insulin.
According to the RAND Corporation, the average price of insulin as of 2018 was $98.70. Alongside the senators were American Diabetes Association's Chief Medical Officer Dr. Gaby, JDRF Chief Strategy and Medical Officer Cynthia Rice, and diabetes advocate Duncan Ryan. Throughout the conference, the speakers presented stories of families who have had and currently suffer from diabetes, sharing how they deal with the rising costs.
One father of 4 from New Gloucester, Maine, told me that he discovered one day that the cost of a 90-day supply of insulin for his 13-year-old son, who had type 1, had tripled overnight to more than $900. What he had to resort to was driving to Canada to get much lower costs.
With the rising costs of insulin, the senators are advocating for the government to step in and lower the costs.
Tens of millions of Americans rely on insulin as part of their daily treatment. For children, teens, and adults with type 1 diabetes, insulin is not optional. It is literally a matter of life and death.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Remember the slogan, got milk? How about got muscle? ABC's Faith Abube has more on how aging men can build up body mass safely.
Weightlifting is the best way to maintain muscle mass and even increase it. But as men age, a hormone called testosterone decreases it, resulting in 3 to 5% of muscle loss. So according to Harvard Men's Health Watch, here are some ways aging men can approach weightlifting. Older men should do fewer repetitions with heavier weights. An example would be 8 reps for each exercise in 3 sets total. Lift at 7-second tempos, 3 seconds to lift the weight, 1 second pause, and 3 seconds to lower the weight. Ideally, weight training should be done twice weekly and allow 48 hours between each session for muscle recovery. Although loss of muscle mass may be inevitable, ways to reverse it still exist. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs will have your 5-day forecast.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos after I was hurt by a drunk driver. It was free for Lowry & Associates to get started on my case. They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222. Winter Harbor Lobster Co-op is a small group of independent Maine fishermen who want to make sure you get the freshest lobsters we can provide. To do that, we sell direct to the public to avoid long storage times and inflated prices. For the best quality, texture, and taste, our live lobsters have to have ideal conditions from the time we catch them to when they arrive at your table. Please browse our website for fantastic deals on real, fresh Maine lobster and other seafood. Winter Harbor Lobster Co-op, from our boats to your door.
On Jeopardy, she's won by only $2 twice. She's come from behind in Final Jeopardy 3 times. And now,
for the 8th time this season, we could have a 5-day champion.
Megan Walkspress is 1 win away from
our next tournament of champions.
But
you never know when a new run is about to begin.
Because fortunes can change in an instant.
How much would you like to wager?
I will make it a True Daily Double.
This week on Jeopardy.
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
The thing about domestic violence is it can happen at any point in life to anybody. The thing about Next Step is we are here at any time for you. If you feel like your relationship has gotten somewhere you never wanted it to be, just know we are here for you and we'll always be here for you. One thing we often hear is, if I had only known that you could help me with that, I would have called you so much sooner than I did. So please give us a call.
Heart of Ellsworth will host a free mini art festival on 21 Water Street this Saturday. Heart of Ellsworth works to support the downtown area by preserving their historic structure while adding modern touches through artwork. The event will showcase a local artist from the Down East area. The organization asks that attendees participate in a brief online survey offering suggestions to the mural artist, Judy Taylor.
Anyone who's interested in seeing where this project goes and is interested in giving us their input about what they think should be on the wall should totally come to the event.
Wonderful local artwork. Everyone from Jessica Lee Ives, who has this beautiful paintings all about swimming here in Maine, Phil Barter, Phil Frey, and James Francis Sr., an awesome Native American artist. So all of their work is going to be animated.
The event will take place from 7 to 9 p.m. Saturday night, and there will be food available for purchase. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, there was some fog developing earlier this morning. Not very widespread, though. Some areas look pretty good. Others saw a little bit of fog earlier. That's going to be tapering off with the sunshine this morning into the afternoon period as well. It may be hard to see the clouds on the infrared satellite imagery because they're very small, thin clouds, though, but just enough to obscure the sun with some of that fog as well. But moving forward, though, we're going to be watching for our next system that's going to be moving in, located right about it here. So we're moving in from the south to the north, and that's going to be giving us clouds and chances for a few rain showers coming up later tonight. We'll have to watch for this cold front that'll begin to move in rather soon as well. So moving forward, though, again, wave heights aren't too bad. They're only at about 3 feet, so no advisories in effect at this point, though. But again, winds could be a little gusty from time to time, maybe reaching up to about 20 miles per hour in a few spots, but not lasting very long. Look how quickly things calm down and the winds remain calm as you start things off for your Friday. Alrighty, our average high is 77 degrees. We'll be below that today in the lower 70s with upper 70s by Friday. The middle to upper 80s, a heat wave on the way Saturday to Sunday. The back in the 70s again as we head towards Monday, Tuesday, and the Wednesday. Dew points will also rise from time to time as well, reaching up into the 60s. Nothing outrageous, so maybe reaching up into the middle 60s as we head towards Sunday and Monday. So nothing outrageous, so but just something to make things just a little bit uncomfortable. So if you're heading out the door today, your UV index forecast at a 7 is considered high. So about a burn time of 30 minutes with a hat, the sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade, all necessary as you head out the door. So Futurecast for today, the clouds and fog this morning clearing out of here. Watching more clouds moving in during the afternoon period. Chances for rain showers overnight too, especially across our eastern counties. So further off toward the west, lesser chances for showers and maybe even a chance for clearer skies as well. As we head towards tomorrow, though, under a partly cloudy sky, it tries to hold on to a few sprinkles, but I think most of us will say dry dust of clouds that we'll need to keep an eye on as things do to begin to track off towards the east. The system beginning to be a little bit goofy as it does develop. But for today, though, most of the county may be an isolated thunderstorm, a very small chance. Highs in the low 70s as south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. 51 degrees today, mostly cloudy skies, maybe some rain showers and fog as well, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, we may have to up that to mostly cloudy with the way things are looking. Highs in the upper 70s, that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast.
Thanks, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
ABC July 7th comes a new game show where juniors and seniors compete together.
What's TikTok?
Hosted by Kelly Ripa.
What kind of animal is Sonic?
I think it's a dog. I co-host a TV show with a small blonde person.
Rapunzel?
Where the biggest decision
A new car or your own arcade.
comes down to the littlest mind. Generation Gap premieres July 7th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You're watching